Yeah. Good morning. Well, it gives me a real great pleasure to be here with you all. And actually, the pleasure has increased since I came, since everybody was talking about Saudi Arabia and Riyadh. So it gives me two things to be happy about. First, I made the right choice of moving to the Royal Commission of Riyadh, which has been 4 months now. Second thing is, I think our marketing and media center will be really happy when I go back and tell them everybody was talking about Riyadh. So today I'll be talking about change from the perspective of a buyer, and what has this done to us as a procurement community and where we're taking it from there. So I'm an electronics engineer. Never worked for 5 minutes as an engineer, not even 5 minutes. I've always worked in procurement since the day I joined the workforce. I've worked in a lot of companies, multinational, regional, everything. First time to work in the public sector. And I can tell you, it's fascinating. Being there in Riyadh right now is really amazing. So I work as a procurement advisor to the Royal Commission of Riyadh. And as everybody was saying in the past few presentations, we're really aiming to be one of the top 10 cities worldwide by 2030. So during my journey, and by now you would know how old I am, we had a lot of things happen. We've seen, whoops, can you hear me, guys? Okay. We've had a lot of things happening. We had the Y2K, for example, where we thought the world will collapse and everybody was freaking out. In years after, China, wars, Lehman Brothers went bankrupt. The 20th, we had Mr. Donald Trump as a president. That was an event on its own. And by end of the 2 years back, we've had COVID. That was really big. We've never seen this throughout at least my 30 years of experience. What did the pandemic do to us? We had a global shutdown. Somebody pressed the button. That's it. Nothing is happening. And from there on, nothing was the same again. And nothing will be the same again. We had to adapt to change. Throughout any function, any business, we needed to understand, use this one? Okay. So I call it the new old norm. Because whatever you see from now on was things that people thought it's new, but honestly, it was always there. So we started the working from home. Everybody said, ooh, new thing. No, it's not new. Managing teams remotely. Wow, how can we do it? People have been doing it for years and years. My personal experience working from home was from 2003. I started working from home 2003 in the company that I used to work in. I was managing remote teams since 1998. So it's not really new. The thing is that whatever happened from the pandemic showed us that we really need these tools to help us continue. So, and they even made models for it, by the way. The last one is the one I love, is you just go and work from anywhere. Really, it doesn't matter where you are. As long as you're productive, producing results, it doesn't really matter where you are. So the challenges were, for working from home and managing teams, is appropriate working capabilities. You're working from home, but you might not have a printer, for example. You might not need it. You don't have the space. So you have to make sure that people have what it takes to overcome these challenges. Regular communication. A lot of us were used to the fact that we do business face to face. That's changing. That's changing. You could be talking to someone across a screen somewhere and it's black. He doesn't want to open his video. Longer working hours. By all means, working from home, you work more. It does have more productivity. All researchers have shown that. So we need to manage our work-life balances. The vendors, the suppliers you were using, they might not have this capability. And last but not least, a lot of unauthorized spending goes around. Urgency, quick, and all that. Of course, how to make it work? Well-defined operations, keep the culture there, effective communication protocols. Everybody's talking about technology and digitalization. You have a lot of tools you can use. Skills uplift, and this is where I really need to talk about. In the procurement area, a lot of organizations see the procurement as a cost center. Well, no, with COVID, when it came, it really helped the thinking differently. Procurement is really a strategic partner, and you need to really uplift the skills of that organization to be able to deliver your results. Wellness, again, a lot of people are not used to working from home, are not used to working alone, and that needs to be taken care of. So as I said, benefits, you can redesign your organization today globally. You have the globe. You don't really have to have everybody in one place. You can design it based on your suppliers, your vendors, your manufacturing. You have a global talent pool that is everywhere. Improve the day-to-day quality of employees' lives. No driving. And for those of you who live in Riyadh, probably understand what I'm saying. When you do it from home, it's way much better. Productivity improvement, no side talks, no need to travel, all that, it helps. So was it good for procurement or not? Well, it was yes and no. Yes, because I believe personally, we were extremely, extremely lucky to have passed through this period of time. I think what we've seen, a lot of generations will never see again, hopefully. But if those who, in the procurement area or whoever, were able to use it in the right way and come out with it stronger, that was really good. So when you talk about procurement, we manage all that to any organization. We help in global supply issues, competition, we add value add. Global economy disruptions, anything that happens within that the procurement is involved in. So what management started to realize, as I just said, is that we can help recover. We've done it before, we can do it again. And it started to elevate the procurement function within an organization. Again, people started to recognize the efforts and the results you can drive. And latest statistics says globally procurement hiring is rising. So the need for good procurement people is going up. So what does top management want from you? Create value, obviously, with little disruption. So simply improvement in your strategic sourcing, align your supply-based needs with the business, make purchasing experience straightforward. A lot of us who work in big companies, we make the purchasing experience hell. I was there, so I know. It needs to be more straightforward and simple. What do we need to do as a procurement community? Again, this is not new. They had different names earlier. So managing vendor relation was supplier relationship management at one point of time. It's exactly the same. Capability and agility was the human capital. Again, same names, different titles. Digital analytical adoption, again, was systems. Value creation was actually always value creation. So capability and skills, McKinsey had a report done after COVID, and it says 86% observed capability gaps in the procurement organizations when there was COVID. So that's really bad. The good thing is we're seeing hiring, more hiring. People are focusing now on building what I would call the procurement technical skills. Adding to it, the soft skills that are coming up. So technical savvy is becoming a very important skill that you need to have within your procurement organization. And leadership, by the way, doesn't mean that everybody's going to be a leader. It's just when you lead a project, when you lead a discussion, you know how to deliver what you want to say. So technology, in the 90s, we were all talking ERP. Now, there's an arsenal of tools. Really, you get confused of what you need to be using. Unfortunately, some of us are still in the 90s today. We're still discussing having an ERP system, which is really, we need to move on. With vendors, a real business partner, as I define them, is the vendor that you would pick the phone and talk to whenever there's an issue, when you need help. That's a real business partner. The first vendor that would come to you in your head and you pick up the phone and call, that's really your business partner. So you can call them on issues, guidance, support, ideas, innovation. Help me, I need help. So this can be achieved by WT+, and please don't get any weird thoughts. It's a simple working together positively. It's not anything else. So I see some people laughing, so they got it probably. So as a conclusion, I would make for any procurement organization is, again, we're lucky to have witnessed such change and be part of it. Things will never be the same again. The team. It's all about people. So if you have the right capability, the right people, you're in good shape. It's really always about the people. Leadership is essential. Make sure it's simple. Simplify things. Let's not complicate it. Celebrate success and have fun is always a good thing. Whenever you deliver, celebrate it. Agile is the key skill these days. It's not flexibility anymore, by the way. It's agile, and there's a difference. Passion is key. I'm passionate about procurement. It's a job that I love. You get to spend people's money and get paid for it. It's lovely. I love it. And never stop delivering results. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hesham.
Any questions?
Actually, yes. Is there any questions that we may have? I think this is this gentleman here. Can we get a microphone? Fantastic. I must say this is the most topical thing going on in workplace at the moment, so I'm surprised there isn't more questions coming. So,
sorry, actually it is not a question, it's just a suggestion, let's say. Just commenting on what you said about the ERP tools and all these, what I have seen is that probably we need to invest in the young talents in coding skills. So instead of buying tools like ERP tools, companies can invest in young talents, and there are a lot of brilliant talents in coding, and they can do a lot of things even unimaginable to the ERP capabilities. For example, what I did in my company, and where I work, I think, is that we built an unprecedented web-based system where even the ERP tools which you buy in millions of dollars can do. Is just utilizing the brilliance of a student of 16 years old coding skills. So I think if we would push towards the companies like even the government companies or any big companies towards investing in young talents in the coding. I think this will be very good for the community and for the future talents as well. Thank you.
I fully disagree. Agree.
All right.
I had to disagree here, but I had to say agree. No, really, I fully agree. I was talking about capabilities in general. We have to build the capabilities, and obviously young talent, when it comes to specifically the technical savvy, they're always there.
Sure.
I'm sure my son is much better than I am in any of the
Especially coding.
technical skills. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Please.
Okay, should I go on?
Please go ahead.
Okay. My name is Mahir Halabi. I'm coming from Nesman Partners, procurement projects manager. So I just wanted to highlight that post-COVID, procurement has been facing many challenges, and we are in front of a situation where, especially I'm talking in Saudi Arabia, with the fast pace of the projects, rush projects are being now, under bidding and released. And from a procurement point of view, we are also facing the challenge of the logistic surge and also the shutdowns of factories and also restoration of the factories post-COVID. So I want your view toward how procurement can cater these fast-track projects with all these challenges surrounding the procurement, from supply chain, manufacturing until delivery, to the project.
Thank you. Well, tell me about it. I'm in Riyadh, so I know what you're talking about. Look, again, I refer back to the fact, if you have the right people, trust me, things move, because the way they think, the way they challenge, the way they source is there. So talent is one. Definitely having systems and internal communication is extremely important. Understanding what your customer wants. And procurement is the link between what's outside and what the internal needs to do. So if that link is not there, yes, you will have a lot of issues. But if we start talking to our internal departments and discuss what the capability of the market out there can offer, is very important, is really very important.